Hey guys, what is up? Whiskey Sailor here, and today I'm actually going to show you how to build a sorting machine in Factorio. And this is going to be if you guys like this is going to be a series of videos and tips that are going to show you how to make more efficient, better things in Factorio. Factorio is a game that can be very intimidating to get into, but it's not actually that bad once you understand the base mechanics of it. So this is a design. This is a sorting machine. This, I find, is great for if you have trains or anything like that. So for example, I use it up here, where I have trains. The trains go out to these different resource outposts over here, and they bring back all different kinds of resources back into my main base. So the issue I was having was that I didn't want to have like separate train lines for different resources. So what I could do is I could take in all of the resources, and then over here I have a sorting machine, which is what we're about to build. And that sorting machine makes it so that no matter what the train brings in, it gets correctly sorted and sent off to where it needs to go. So the first thing you need to do, as you can tell, I have a line here. This is a standard conveyor belt with a lot of different mixed materials on it. Doesn't matter how many you have on it. You can sort literally anything with this, and it's very scalable. I'm just going to have this come down this way a little bit, and I find it's easiest to do this by using a blueprint. Just going to set up this blueprint here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place filter inserters. So I'm going to place that filter inserter right there. I'm going to set it to filter, let's start with, doesn't really matter honestly, let's start with iron. So we're going to filter iron, and I'm going to take that blueprint, and I'm going to set these four guys over here to all filter iron. There we go. Does my armor have drones? It does not. I don't have one on me. Okay. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Wait, you see the design. So, now that we have that set up, this is going to now begin pulling off iron plates. And we're going to have them all run up this way. So, what's happening here is they're just going to pull off those iron plates. You can do this also with stack filter inserters. Basically, anything with the word filter in its name can be used to filter. Kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? Okay, same thing here. Just going to place these guys, set them next to filter copper. And we're just going to continue going down the line doing this. There we are, guys. So I've just set up I just repeated that base design, and I've set up a pretty significant filter system here. This will filter out copper, iron, or coal. As you can see, we might have an issue here. If this gets backed up, it's not going to be able to filter. So let's say we have a line that's completely, or one of the outputs is completely filled with iron or copper, we won't be able to output anything to it. Anything further. It's basically going to jam up the line, the conveyor belt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, really I find that 2 works extremely well. 2 is probably overkill. So these guys, they're just basically always going to make sure that some material is getting pulled off of the line. So the line should always be moving, and as long as you have a decently robust drone network, it should be pretty easy to do. It shouldn't be too much of a strain on your drones. Then I'm just going to run this over here. And I'm going to have some of this filter back into the main line. So it should just be basically recirculating some of this material, and that way you make sure it never gets jammed. Cool, so there we go. So we're now filtering. And this is actually incredibly scalable. So just to give you an example of how scalable this is my setup. So this takes in, pretty much as I go around and conquer, expand the base, grab new territories, I build one of these. So this filters all the different incoming ores, and it makes it so that the lines never get clogged or contaminated or anything like that. So these are 2 pretty big buffers, and these store excess material before it's sorted. And then it runs over here into the actual sorting machines. And basically each one of these, it's the same design you saw over there. Each one of these just filters, and then they're sent to their own individual buffers. So over here we have a buffer for iron. Over here I have a buffer for copper, and then I have more buffers over here before they're sent all across the factory to where they need to go. So as you can tell, even though I have a huge excess of, say, what's this, rock? It's not going to clog up the lines because it's always being circulated back around and re-added. So, and even then some is always being pulled off by the drones as well, just to keep the system moving and prevent it from getting gummed up. Here's another example of a slightly simpler system that I'm using for my train network. So as you can see, a train came in here at one point and offloaded. So I have basically just local buffers here storing a small amount of material that's then sent into the sorters here. And the sorters are pulling it off and placing it where it needs to go. Any excess is then just sent around, and actually any excess is sent into the other sorting system you saw before. So we have a little bit too much iron. We're getting more iron than we can sort because the iron line here is basically full. So that excess is just sent around and into the main system, the one I just showed off a minute ago, and that's sorted out there as well. So I find this to be way more convenient than running separate lines for each, iron, copper, coal, whatever. And once you get sorters, this is really the way to go. Like, as soon as you get the filter inserters, just make one of these, and then you'll never have to worry about the wrong resource getting to where it needs to go, and you don't have to worry about running, 5 different conveyor belt lines every time you expand the base. You can just make one, bring it all into the filter, and boom, you're done. So guys, I'm going to make this a reoccurring series on my channel, especially since I love Factorio so much. If you guys have ever seen the Let's Play I did about a 40-episode Let's Play on it. And I play this game too much. So topics for future videos, assuming you guys actually like this series and are interested in it, I'm going to be going over how to build the ideal power network, like the one you see below there. I'm going to go over the drone network, how it works, and how you should optimize it. Things like that. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. I know for a fact I'm probably going to be doing a video on building buffers, like the one you see above, probably some on train networks as well. So just let me know if there's a topic you don't understand in Factorio and there's something you'd like to see. See you guys later. Bye.